Based upon your personal experience of operating your own business, what advice do you have for those who want to start a business? Some of my best battles were against some scary competitors because they were multi-billion, still are multi-billion or multi-million dollar companies that were coming for my business because I helped other individuals. And in the midst of helping other individuals, I had a choice to make. And that choice was either to succumb to the power and the authority of these multi-million corporate monsters or fight back, sue them, and not even giving a fuck about the consequences. I chose the second option, fought back, didn't give a fuck about the consequences. As a result, I still exist. My small business still exists because I chose to fight. There's no such thing, in my opinion, as existing if you do not fight. That's what competition is. That's what, if you want to be in this competitive market, whatever market you're in is competitive. And if you want to exist and you want to grow, if you just want to exist and forget about it, if you want to grow, be ready to fight. And you gotta have that mentality to where you punch with a flurry of punches, to where you make a statement to all your other competitors that this is what's going to happen to you if you try what they did. Then they're going to start talking about you because they weren't successful at defeating. You got to have the mentality of, it's like a physical fight. If, I'm not in to turn another cheek. If you look like you are about to do something to me, I'm going to meet you before you meet me halfway and punish you with a flurry of punches. Disable you. That's my intention. And I bring the same mentality in this business world. I want to eat. I don't want to starve. I want to eat. I starved. And I do what I have to do to make sure that my business succeeds. I'm not out there picking on people. But in this competitive market, you're going to get picked on. They don't want you there. They're only going to acknowledge you when you show that you have what it takes to stand right there with them. And they're talking about stipulations and settlement agreements. Meanwhile, while you're doing that, as an entrepreneur, running your own business, self-employed, you also got to learn, I know for me, how to juggle relationships with your own family and your friends. It's going to consist of reuniting and excommunicating motherfuckers out of that. Because a snippet of people understand what it is that you got to do while you're doing it. And those that don't understand, they're going to be extracted. It's not easy. It wasn't built to be easy to run a successful business. Those that are dirty, dark secrets that go on behind the closed doors while you're out here creating a business engaged in the service of helping people. And then you have to deal with consumers that are not satisfied with your help. People that have this mental manipulation, this disease in their head, that despite the help that you give them, they have no other way. They have been taught that way. You also have to deal with them. Not only satisfy them, but you got to draw a line and let them know that this is it. I'm fair, but I don't give a fuck. You come from me with that BS, you sue me, I'ma sue you. You make me bleed, I'ma disable you. Metaphor. That's the energy that's needed. That's why I exist. That's my advice for those people that want to start their own business and be successful at it. What is the disadvantage for people coming from where you come from? So educational background deficit. I mean, a lot of people come from where I come from. We're just learning how to develop a damn mission statement, how to create a business plan. Meanwhile, you got people who were taught in their teens from their parents. They're closing six-figure deals, multi-million-dollar deals, while we're figuring out how to draw up a paragraph or a mission statement. That shit don't apply to me anymore. I don't want to teach a person how to draw up a mission statement. Not coming from my background. Because while I'm teaching you how to draw up a mission statement, decisions are being made on your life. I want to utilize my success as an example. Take notes. What I'm telling you is not based on some philosophy that I read. I read it, philosophies, to help me get to where I'm at. But what I'm telling you is my experience and what it takes. If you could find some other route, go ahead and find it. But don't throw in the white flag, the surrender flag. Whatever you do, however you do it, my way is not the only way. I'm still here, I'm still growing. But I've been there, I've been through it. That's why I can give advice about what should I tell a young entrepreneur who's trying to make it, that comes from a similar background. I'm not talking about those that come from a background of money. I'm talking about those that come from a background with lint in their pockets. I'm talking about those individuals that went to prison. Those individuals that went to county jails. Those individuals that never took advantage of the educational system because they didn't give a fuck about it when they was younger, and they wasn't taught to give a fuck about it when they was younger. That's the disadvantage, and it's fucked up. But nobody cares. You have to exhibit that fire, that mentality, execution. And when you start to see your results, believe me, other people is gonna compliment you and they're gonna see it. And that's when you're gonna develop your haters, your competitors in a different market that you thought you wasn't even ready for, but you're gonna have to fight. You can't throw in the white flag. And at some point, they're gonna leave you alone. Respect your lane. But it's not gonna be too many people up there with you. Peace.